After thinking about it, I realized it's just not going to work if I leave it just in the outline. I'm going to have to lose these lovely parts, but I will leave those parts in the background, so that's okay. Otherwise, I mean, this I will leave. I won't add white to that. But this definitely has to become black, and I'll just do it lightly, so like that there might be a bit of the silver showing through. I mean, possibly it would look better if I did it with, if I went over it with oil paint. I wanted it just to be an acrylic painting. Let's see how it turns out. Before I decide on that. And also, it's very hard when you look at photos to see that this is actually a core that's turned upright, and you won't see it until I put in the bamboo shoot that he's holding in those claws. So this is just right, just nice and thin, not too drippy. And I'm using a filbert brush just to do it lightly. Yeah, it's a long brush, so I'm just kind of tapping it on. Too smooth and bland, and like there I can still leave some, and like there I can still leave some of that silver showing through there. I'll do the same down here. And I think all animals, as I've said before, I love painting flowers and trees. So I love animals. They're just so beautiful. They're so amazing. They're so, each of them is so unique. I mean, most bears are carnivores and eat fish and whatever else they find in the wilds, but panda bears are not. They're herbivores, so they only eat bamboo and plants and maybe some other little small things that they find. But that's what I think makes them such appealing, gentle beings, because they're these giant plant-eating animals, and they're quite timid. They're not aggressive towards human beings. They can be quite friendly to human beings, but obviously they don't really seek contact unless you make contact with them, like if you're caring for them. In the wilds, and they get to know their carers then. But they definitely have an appealing appearance and tug at your heartstrings, the way my cats do. I think that's all the black I'm going to do there, and then here as well. And I may have to put some white, well, I will have to put some white around the head just to make it clear that that's the head. I have a little white on this flat angle brush now. I'm going to add in a bit of white just in between these two layers here. There was already black there, so it's kind of not going to be pure white, but just to show that there is white extending from his torso under this arm which is lifted up. That's fine, and this one I'll do the same. And then I'm going to just use the white initially to make it the bamboo stick coming through. His claws are there, so the stick will be, well, once they've peeled off the outer part of the stalk, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's like a creamy yellow inside, hard to say. but we're not going to be precise about colours here, so it doesn't really matter. Just to show that his claws are there. And also then just to show a little touch of a glint in his eyes. I'll have to wipe away a bit of that and that. And then I'm going to put the baby panda bear down here. It's just the right amount of black and white. And then a pile of bamboo sticks in front of him. You see, I added in the claws a bit more defined there. And there I need to go back with some black. In the meantime, I'm going to just do the... it's not going to show up clearly unless I paint blue around him. If I just paint white, you can't see the separation there from the background. I needed that bit of black around the edges. Well, that's fine. I'll add some blue, because I don't really want his head to look like it has black in it around the edges, and it doesn't. But I think the grey mixed with the white just adds some character. I think it looks interesting, better than just plain white all over. I've added the cub down here and just the front of his face and his paws, and he's leaning on a branch. I'm going to make it into a grey branch, and I'm not going to do the rest of his body, it's behind him. And then I'll put the pile of bamboo and leaves over there. And the mother, I have put more white around her head, around the sides, and around between the eyes, just above the nose. But that's all part of how it was. And so instead of painting this away, because I like this background, you can see it's the distinction, even though I haven't put much white in her. But I want to put some green leaves around her. I think that will look just around the edge, not all the way. And down here, and then in the front. And some green on the tip of the bamboo shaft there. And I think that'll be enough. Really, this painting is about just showing what you can do with the bloom, whatever color the bloom is. The black and white bloom is really pretty, but you know, like I said, many people have painted them, blown them out, should I say, and I just wanted to do something more than that. But I do like that combination on a blue background, pale blue background, so I might do one of those and just leave it as a bloom. So it's so pretty. This combination here just really looks so lovely. And just little touches of the black and up there. But of course, whether I will achieve that again, who knows. You never can tell with blowouts. With a bit of phthalo green mixed with some white, I've added in these the look of leaves around his head. I don't want to add too much, simply because I love that mixture and I don't want to cover it all. But just to show that he is in the forest, a bunch of greenery behind him, and it's all blurry in the distance. There's a bit of sky peeping through there, and a bit of, you know, leaves still on the twig of the bamboo, and some bamboo down here, which I'll add in the stalks. But these are just the leaves that he's chewed off, pulled off. And then I'll add some more foliage down here. And I think the bit of green improves the color overall, because there's too much black and white. This central center part is very silvery, sort of glowing, and I'm not going to add any more white in there. It's just perfect as it is. Now with the wet wipe, I wiped away quite a bit of that background. It was just too much of it. I might still wipe away a bit more. So I just want a little bit of greenery giving the definition there, but the rest I want to recede. And now with this fine round brush, it's a long one, I'm going to just add in little bits of fur. And it's not critical because, I mean, it's an abstract realistic painting, but I still, if I can do something that's going to give, you know, a painting that nice finish, then I would rather do so. So in this case I can, and it's working even though it's you know, acrylic and not oil. But it's just the little details sometimes make all the difference. So that's what I'll do all around. And you don't have to, I mean, once it's dry and it's all the paint is settled, it will probably look fine without this. It's just, I live for details. And yes, one can have the illusion of detail. And there certainly is a lot of illusion in here, but anyway, I'll continue and I'll bring you back when the painting is completed. I carried on outlining the face with some white to make it look more furry and around the nose, and then I decided to wipe away a lot of this foliage with a wet wipe. And I can still wipe away a bit more. And just leaving a bit of a stain there, make it a hazy background, but also leaving more of the blowout visible. And I did the same with the black. I decided if I wanted black and white there, I should just paint some black and white there. But I wanted the blowout mixture to be revealed, and so that's what I'm doing. And I think there's enough black in here to make it evident that his paws are black and his body is white. And I think he now looks like a totally unique panda bear, just glowing in the forest light. I didn't add gold, but there's plenty of silver and pearlescent white, and I think that gives just the right amount of glare. I think a little bit of this can come away. Not too much there. And leave it at the end. I hope you enjoyed watching. Tell me what you think of this style of painting. Have you tried anything like this? Would you buy a painting like this? If anyone is interested in buying my paintings, you can write to me at the email provided in my description of my channel. So again, thank you for watching. Please like and comment, and let me know what you think of my panda bear. Bye for now.